Lee, the championship games, man. This was one game was very exciting, and the other game was just a game.
I just saw it was only one game really worth talking about.
Yeah, it was just
Only
one.
one game we're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
So we're gonna talk about the New England Denver game, and then we'll get into your game, the second one. New England, I mean, like I know we was talking a little bit before this, but in the first half of this game, um, that's when all the scoring happened in this game. I mean, there was no snow. Uh, Stidham went on a drive, scored. I mean, it was actually in the first part of the game, he was looking pretty good. I was like, okay.
You look,
I was like,
yeah.
he actually okay. I mean, good choice. Because they came down and scored. Denver was up 7-0.
Hmm.
And then Patriots come and score. Drake May didn't do much. I think he had what 87 yards passing or something like that. Um, didn't do much at all. After this game was over, I said unanimously Matthew Stafford is the MVP. I unanimously it wasn't even close. I was like, yeah, Matthew Stafford is the MVP because for this type of game to happen and people still talking about Drake May, nah, it wasn't happening. So in the second half, I mean, it was snow. It was Stidham, for coming in when he came in, just coming off the bench, never played in a couple of years. He in the second half he looked like that. He it really came to fruition who he was, and I mean the game was just one of those games that wasn't that interesting. But I guess for New England fans, when you go into the Super Bowl, it was interesting and you love it, and that's your team, and Cardi B out there saying, her and her what's his name?
Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, yes, Stephon Diggs going to his first Super Bowl. He was really emotional about that, and she was talking. So anyway,
She
man,
could talk. She could talk.
yeah, she could talk. She could talk. Anyway, so yeah, New England in the Super Bowl and Denver. Look, I'm glad Denver didn't make it because I don't like Sean Payton anyway. I don't like him anyway. So I know you just said offline that Sean Payton fired the offensive coordinator. I didn't even know that.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's piss poor, man. How you could fire this
Hmm.
guy and all season y'all going on 13, 14, 15 game winning streaks, beating people, doing your thing, and now all of a sudden and you got your backup quarterback. I mean, what you expect? What you expect? That's a cop out, Sean Payton. But why am I surprised? I shouldn't be surprised. It's Sean Payton. Anyway, man, yeah, it wasn't much to this game. I called the Patriots to win this game. I didn't even feel like the Broncos had that much of a chance after they had their first score. It was over after that.
Yeah. This was the JV game. This was the warm up. That was the warm up game. Like I couldn't even take that game seriously. Yeah, 10-7, and I don't want to hear anything about the weather and the snow and all that stuff. You look the Rams and the Bears. They were playing in inclement weather, snow, wind. It doesn't get any windier than Chicago, right? Both teams will lighten it up, put on a show, right? That game. Go to last year with the Rams against the Eagles. I mean, you couldn't even see the field. Everything was just covered in snow. And that was a heck of a game, right? So you got this one. And I can't even really put a lot of blame on the Broncos. I mean, they were put in an awkward situation where you have to put in your backup quarterback at the last minute because your starter got hurt at the end of the game, the game before. So I could see their offense being inept. I could understand that in these situations. Even though Stidham did start off pretty hot with that 52-yard bomb to Mims, and then he capped it off with a touchdown to Cortland Sutton in the end zone. But I don't want to hear nothing about Drake May no more. I'm done. He didn't even throw for 100 yards. He didn't even throw for 100 yards. And I know, but he didn't need to. Yeah, he did. Because the game shouldn't have been that close in that situation against that team, minus their starting quarterback, who has been the catalyst for that team all season. yeah, you should have put up a better performance than that. You did win, and that's fine. But in that situation, you should have won.
Yeah.
You should have won. So not impressed. Not impressed with May in that situation. And we're gonna get to the whole, to the predictions in the next recording. But yeah, that game was I was pissed for, man. That was a horrible game.
Yeah,
Horrible game
yeah.
to watch.
Mike Vrabel, uh, obviously the team didn't do good last year with Gerard Mayo right there, and Mike Vrabel comes in. Uh, McDaniel is the OC, and they go straight to the Super Bowl. Do you think this team, New England Patriots, is this a flash in the pan, or do you think they actually have something? It looks like they were kind of pissed off that they were getting underestimated on defense. The offense didn't do anything this game, but on defense, what's your thoughts on that? But again, they were playing against Stidham, the backup quarterback, right? So
No, I mean, no, I don't want to take anything away from what they did for the entirety of the season, right? The body of work, even though again the strength of schedule, we have to take that into consideration. Even though they try, and when I say they, I'm talking about mainly the Patriot fan base to validate the schedule, but everybody knows it was a weak schedule. But that being said, they did win those games. You have to play who's on the schedule, and they did what they needed to do. I don't think they're a flash in the pan. I think this is a foundation that they've set, and I think they're going to be formidable as they start to mature and get better, right? So to say that they're going to make it to Super Bowl again next year, I'm not going to say all of that,
right,
but I do expect them now next year with a tougher schedule to back it up and at least win the AFC East
yeah,
next year,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
That's the expectation now going forward. But no, I think they're a young team. The wide receiver core was underrated. I think they're much better than people or the pundits had expected them to be.
yeah,
And Drake May, though young, though he had a good season, didn't have a great showing in this game. They did enough as a team to win, but I think he's definitely a franchise quarterback, and he's going to play better year after year. So I think they have a good I think they have a good future ahead of them.
yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool. Yeah, man. All right, so switching gears to the NFC.
the
Man,
real game, the
the
real
real
game.
the real game, the real game. Look, man, this was razor thin. Like I think I had said this on the podcast before. This was going to be razor thin. And we know with you guys being in the same division, man, it's always tough in divisional matchups. Before I get into anything, I
Hmm.
want to I would like to yield to you if you want to kick this off. With you let me know, and then I'll just piggyback after you if you.
Yeah, I mean, I could jump in there and kick it off. It was a heck of a game. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the game. You had, both fan bases going at each other. I believe people thought, though, that the Seahawks was just going to run roughshod over the Rams and that it was going to be a blowout. And I don't know why people thought that when you look at the last two games, where when you total the points, it's just separated by one. Okay, so it's like I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be probably like a last. Definitely go down to the minutes. But look, Seattle showed to be the better team, and I tip my hat to them in that. I love the way the Rams played. Sam Darnold, I think, showed a lot. I think he quieted all of the doubters. I know for me, he impressed me. He didn't have a turnover. He was careful with the ball, threw for over 350 yards, three touchdowns, right? Again, no interceptions, no fumbles, made the correct reads. He played like a franchise top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, yeah, I
And
agree.
so he did that. Smith and Jigba he was doing what he does. And Kenneth Walker, I always liked him. I liked him out of Michigan State.
Hmm.
And I always thought that he should have been a bell cow type of running back. sharing the snaps with Charbonnet. I know they had two guys, and watching him, and because you see the suddenness and the twitchiness that he has. That's what he's been, and I know it was going to be a little bit of a challenge to try to keep him under check. I just didn't know if he had the stamina to run and keep toting the rock the entire game, because he hasn't been doing that all season. They did a good job of mixing, run and pass and keeping him fresh. So there was that. The defense was solid. The defense was good. They almost messed up with that taunting penalty, giving the Rams a new life. And then, of course, we scored on that next play with Stafford to Puka.
Need a boost for your game day takes? Meet Gracie's Go Juice, the coffee powering the Dime Coverage podcast. Every blend is crafted to fuel your day and your adventures. Big or small, Gracie's Go Juice is the perfect companion when you need a boost, because without it, your day might be just a little rough. Great football talk deserves great coffee. Fuel your football talk. Grab Gracie's Go Juice at graciesgojuice.com.
But Seattle, they deserve to go to the Super Bowl, 100%. But to the Rams of my team, I think they played very well. Things didn't go their way. That dropped a punt return. That really messed up, because you have a game now where no one is turning over the ball, right?
Right.
The penalties are at a minimum,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So it really just takes someone to make one mistake to swing everything.
Yep.
And that was it for us.
That
was it, because then that gave them field position. We had just stopped them, and they scored right after that, and that just we couldn't catch up, after that happened. So that being said, I'm excited about the future with the Rams. When you go back dating 3 years now, we made it to the wild card game, we lost, and then the year following that, we made it to a divisional game, we lost, and then now this year we made it to the NFC Championship game and lost. So we're making progression year after year.
Yeah.
We got 2 first-round picks. We got $70 million over the cap.
That's crazy.
I'm excited to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, good luck to the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, man. I expect them to. We'll get into that later. But again, I enjoyed the game. I think it was a heck of a game, and I'm looking forward to more matches with them in the near future.
Yeah. And I think Matthew Stafford said it best. He said, I wouldn't have had it any other way to play these guys, because, I think this was before the game. He was like, there's no other way.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
I definitely, this is who I want to play.
Yeah.
And that's how you want it to be done. If you're going to represent, then it got to be the toughest whoever it is. But let's play him. But yeah, I agree with you, man. You guys were going back and forth in this game, and that punt muff, I don't know what in the world, how do you even fall down on it?
You know what it is? You know what it is?
Yeah.
You could tell the game, it was in his head, because normally Xavier Smith, that's his name, he's the punt returner. He's normally he's typically sure-handed, because that's his primary position. Like he's not really, we have him in certain packages on offense. But he's not an every down wide receiver on offense. He's our go-to punt returner.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He is the punt returner. And normally he's sure-handed when it comes to fielding the punts.
Right.
But I don't know if you saw the very first punt return where he fair caught it.
Yep.
And he muffed it but fell on it.
Yep.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, this dude, like, I feel like the game isn't, I think it's getting to him.
Yeah.
So when that next one happened, I was like, McVay, get him out of here.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. After that, you saw Kyron Williams back there.
Williams,
we didn't see Xavier Smith again. But what would have happened if he didn't do that, right?
Right. Yeah. That was definitely a turn of events. The momentum did swing in that, because they went up at that point, by 13 points or something like, what was it? 10 points? Or it's 13, something like that.
Right. And then the other thing that we messed up on, and this is actually on McVay, right, was when we got the ball with about a minute and 54 seconds left in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't do anything with it. And
Yeah.
we didn't take any time off the clock, hardly any
Yes.
time.
Yes.
We ended up punting the ball back to them. They marched down the field and score a touchdown
Yep.
before the half.
I remember
And then
that.
we have to end up kicking the ball back off to them
Yep.
in the third quarter. That was a big mismanagement of the time and possession with just under 2 minutes. So I put that was on McVay. That was a big miscalculation, man. If anything, if we weren't going to score with those 2 minutes, he should have at least taken up some time on the clock.
Yeah, take some time up. Yeah. So what did you think about, the catch by Cooper Kupp, that fourth down? I think that was a fourth down catch.
You know what? So one thing, I'm not going to be about excuses when it comes to this stuff, right?
Right, yeah.
They deemed it a catch, and they deemed it the ball down by contact. So it wasn't a fumble.
Right.
Fine. It was by the way, because you can interpret a catch several different ways now.
Right.
But you know what I thought the minute that happened? I thought, well, then now that Brandon Cooks play should have been a catch.
That should have been a catch. Exactly.
I don't see any difference. I don't see any difference in what happened with Cooper Kupp.
Right.
Being down after catching the ball, putting 2 feet down. I didn't see much of a football move.
Right.
But they said he did enough to connotate a football move.
Yep.
And then as soon as and then the ball comes out.
The ball comes out.
Right.
Yep.
So if that's the case, when Brandon Cooks caught the ball and he moved and then his knee hit the ground and then old boy rolled on top of him and took the ball. He should have been down by contact.
Should have been down by contact.
He should have been down by contact.
Yes.
So again, and we've said it a couple of times this season, man, I don't know what a catch is. I have no idea what a catch is anymore.
Don't know what it is, man.
Because in as much as Cooper Kupp, they deemed it a catch. And again, I'm not going to debate it and say that the refs were wrong.
Right, yeah.
They could have easily said also that it was incomplete.
Yeah.
And also be right.
Yeah. I actually, when it happened, I said, "Oh, fumble." That was my exact words. I said, "Oh, fumble." And so, how quick that was. So anyway, I just wanted to get your insight on that. But yeah, I think with the both teams, man, you guys were going back and forth on this. And even with the muff punt, and after that I was like, shoot, Rams might be done. Rams might be done right here. Because I was like, these dudes going up, they at home, crowd loud, all this stuff. And man, y'all just came right back. And I was like, these dudes ain't giving up. I mean, these dudes still in the game. They fighting. Yep. And so, when I saw that after that muff punt, I was like, okay, so the Rams still in this game, man. I mean, this is like right here. And then when what's his name, Woolen goes over there and does his taunting, because I heard one guy who was on the sideline. He said not only was he taunting and talking, right, but he was like 20 yards down the field. He's still talking. And so, the ref, after the ref already say, all right, I'm coming down, and he's still going down there, he deserved the taunting because, you just going overboard. Going overboard. Yeah, but I don't know if you saw his message, his tweet. He said, hey, we just in the middle of the heat of the game and guys going at it, and man, you got to be more disciplined than that in these kind of games like this, because that could have easily, because after that I was like, okay, Rams back in this now. Mm-hmm. That could have easily shifted,
because that was a fourth down play. That was a fourth down play. We would have been, if they had gotten the ball and then scored again, that would have been it. Right. That would have been it.
Right.
But the fact that he did that and then we got the first down and then the very next play we scored.
Mm-hmm.
If we had ended up winning this game, it would have been on him.
Oh, it would have definitely been on him.
It would have been on him. So he thanking the universe, God, whoever.
Yeah.
They ended up winning this game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. But anyway, it was a really good game, really exciting game to watch. Look, I tip my cap to to you guys, and I tip my cap to Seattle. Look, they won, and they did what they had to do, and made it to the Super Bowl. So there you go, matchup. next week. I mean, in 2 weeks, we'll talk about that later on and talk
The
about what
Super
this.
Bowl is going to be one-sided. This can be one-sided Super Bowl.
I already see it. We're gonna talk about it. I already see it, unless something shocking transpires. But I don't see it, man. I really don't see it at this point. But yeah, good game, man. I know,
Yep.
like you say, disappointing for you guys, but at the same time, encouraging with all the stuff that y'all got coming up, going on. So looking forward to.
Definitely looking forward to next year.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, for
Have
sure.
a good feeling. Yep.
Yeah, man. All right.
All right. So
We'll jump
we'll
back
be
on.
back tomorrow.
Yep, back
Yep.
on tomorrow. All right, man.
All right.
All right,
Yep.
later.